One last question on that topic of taking maybe younger leaders and then sort of growing them to taking bigger roles. In our program, the Global Asian Leaders Program, we have people who are already in global roles. We have people who are they are away from their home markets, but they may not be already global yet, and they aspire to take on global responsibilities. What advice would you have for people who are not global yet in their roles and their scope and aspire to do that? What would be your sort of one or two, three top tips for them?
Sure. I think one of the things which is really important is building your internal network, right, of key international leaders within either your functional area, if you're in sales or marketing or HR or finance. Who are the key international leaders within your function? And how do you build a relationship with them and a network with them? And a couple of very simple ways of doing that is, proactively ask for mentorship with one or two of them, people who are influential and a key leader internationally. So that's one small. The other one would be, it's important that we do great work. I mean, everybody wants to do great work, but I think where I find in the US in particular, great work supplemented with the power of branding, internal branding, personal branding, is something very important for global organizations to provide opportunity to people. So if you're doing great work in Asia or some other place in the world, but you want to be a global leader, make sure you think of the work you do from the lens of branding your work, both internally and externally. Externally, that's one thing which I believe many Asian leaders don't necessarily do as much of a good job, is start getting more externally connected to networks where you have speaking assignments, where you write articles, where you are engaging with external talent in your area of expertise. And then as you do that internally, when you do great work, leverage on a big idea. Have one big idea and build around that and keep reinforcing that idea. So in that organization, people have that undeniable stamp of you on that idea. And as that happens, you will get recognition, and people will believe you have more global influence or more international influence, and therefore opportunity to get a role. The other one would be, as I mentioned earlier, throw yourself in the deep end, even if you don't know what the waters hold for you, right? There's sharks sometimes, there are lifeboats sometimes, but it doesn't matter. If you don't take the risk, I think it's going to be difficult, difficult to have global careers. And then two other small little tips. One is read the tea leaves of any conversation, of any decision-making process, but make the beverage that you believe is best suited for the organization. And I use the analogy of tea because, we all kind of link with tea when it comes to Asia, right? So read the tea leaves in every conversation, decision-making. But I think the beverage that you make should be what is best suited for the organization, right? Most appropriate. And last but not the least, and that's what I have stood for, be who you are. I mean, take the hard right decision rather than the soft wrong one. Many of us choose to take the soft wrong decision because we feel that's the way to kind of not rock the boat and continue to kind of climb the corporate ladder. But I've seen, honestly, if you're true to yourself and you stand for who you are, and sometimes take that, hard right decision rather than the soft wrong one, you will be more respected, and people will believe in you and give you greater opportunities. So those are some of the things which I've experienced and I believe might help people.